Continue watching the rest of the video so you can actually see and learn from my mistakes. That's basically what you have to do. But yeah, quick answer is yes, it will start. So there it goes. It actually cranked up, and as you could tell, it did start. But I got excited, and then you could tell I filled up the tank with fuel, and it's been about 3 years since I started that tractor. So the gasket was bad for the carburetor, and it started leaking. And you see me pouring it. And right when I was about to crank it, I noticed there it is. Oh, damn. It is leaking fuel. So I was going to cancel everything. But I decided to go with it. We'll still crank it. I mean, if it cranked once, let's see if it, maybe by using it, you know, the fuel leak won't be that as bad because it'll be using the fuel. But that's where another issue came up. To hell with it. Okay, let's go and crank it anyways. Boom. And so when it cranked, basically what happened was the engine started spinning faster than the drill, and my impact half-inch bit broke. I bought those two parts. So basically what it is, it's a half-inch ratcheting system where you can actually hook it up to your like a breaker bar and make it into a ratchet. So that in conjunction with the half-inch bit on your drill, set it so where like it creates a tension where you can crank it, but once it takes off, it'll start ratcheting, and that keeps it from breaking the piece. I also ordered a carburetor that fit the tractor, but I did have to adjust it a little bit by breaking some parts off. They're useless, obsolete for the tractor. Replacing. I'm not fixing anything. It's like a modern day fix, I guess. Just replace the parts. It was only like about 13 bucks, more or less. Nothing to it. 2 bolts. Take off, bolt on. So the kit actually comes with a fuel filter and a line shut-off valve, which I like to run the carburetor out of all the fuel. That way there's no gunk buildup when you leave it, you know, over the season. So that's a good thing that that carburetor came with. I like that kit, and pretty cheap. So I'm there cutting the hose to size. As you can tell, that this tractor is a Frankenstein project. It's not original. And right there, as I'm dry fitting everything and bolting it down, I noticed that the choke doesn't really want to move, and it's because there's this little plastic tab on top of the choke that keeps it from moving. Stick my finger in there. So that's a little quick fix. I just snipped it off with a pair of die pliers. For the video, I used this DeWalt and it's 10 amp drill. And I went because it's mostly about the size of the starter on the tractor itself. Just make sure you're going in the right direction. In my case, it was a clockwise direction. Like if you're screwing in, it had more than enough to crank the tractor. Also, here's a close-up. It is performance technology. I'll link it in the description. It has a ratcheting system. When you're cranking the motor, it'll go twist it, and then when the motor takes off, it doesn't break your bit because it actually can go faster than what the drill is using the RPM on the drill. So, you know, little $12 device. It'll save your bits from breaking. I actually would use the bar because you never know, like it might really kick. I actually took off the spark plug and ran it dry to clear the chamber of all whatever old fuel and water. So there you have it. Will a drill start a tractor, a lawn tractor? It is strong enough. It did work. It was just a matter of getting that ratchet attachment so you don't break off the half-inch socket adapter. And that's basically it. You don't need to replace it with a $40 starter. God knows if it's even gonna work, and then you need a battery to crank that thing. So if it's a little Frankenstein mower like this, just I wouldn't buy anything more. That thing was like 13, 14 bucks, and it's good enough to get it rolling, good enough to cut the grass. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Anyways, y'all take care.